The equation of a line comes in three forms that is discussed in the book. The first form is called the slope-intercept form, which is y equal mx plus b, and hence the name because m is the slope and b is informing you that the y-intercept is 0, b. So hence the name, we call it the slope-intercept form. The other form that is also discussed in the book is called the standard form. And what the standard form does is to bring the x's and the y's to one side of the equation, leaving the number on the other side. Extra conditions to remember is that the a and b's and c's, they have to be integers, meaning they have to be whole numbers, but they can be positives and they can be negatives. Okay, so no fractions, no decimals are allowed. And on top of that, the a has to be greater or equal to 0. And that's what we call the standard form. And the third form is called the point slope form. And what that means is that you must have a point and you must have the slope. Point being x1, y1, and slope being m. And with that, the equation will be y minus y1 equal m x minus x1. Now this is the form that is most commonly used, but you do have to simplify this to eventually make it look like the slope-intercept form. So take for example, let's try the first example. Given a point, okay, supposedly I say, can you find the equation of a line with slope -2 and passing through the point, say 1, -3. So there's one method that's discussed, which is where you start with the slope-intercept form, and knowing that the point is 1, -3 is telling you that the x is 1 and the y is -3, and knowing the slope is -2 is telling you m is -2. So what you're going to do is, in place of the y, you will put -3. In place of the m, you would use -2, and in place of the x, you would put 1 plus b. So what you have is -3 is -2 plus b. So by adding 2 to both sides, tells you b is -1. And don't forget, you have to end it with equation is y equal. And at that point, make sure you remember the slope. You have to put the x next to it. So it's going to be y equals -2x. And the b in this case, you've just found to be -1. And that's your final answer. The second method is where you actually use the point slope form. And that's the method that I'm going to be using pretty much for the other examples. And let's recall the slope given in the question is -2. And the point given in the question is 1, -3. Remember, the point is the x1 and the y1, okay, which is these two positions. So when we want to find the equation, this is how it's going to look like. It's going to be y minus, the y1 is referring to the y coordinate, which in this case is -3, equal the slope, which is -2, and on the parentheses is going to be x minus the x coordinate of the point given to me, which is 1. So what you have is y plus 3 is equal to -2x, because I need to distribute that, and -2 times -1 is positive 2. So when I subtract 3 to both sides, my answer is y equals negative 2x minus 1, just as before. So comparatively, method 2 is the more preferred way as you go higher in your math learning. So I'm going to be using method 2, which is the point slope form, from this point on. Okay? Alright, example 2. So what other ways can we ask you for the equation of a line besides giving you the slope? Another twist is we don't give you the slope, but we make you find it. So take for example, can you find the equation of the line passing through, say, 1 comma negative 4, and let's say minus 1 comma 2. So you notice in this question, unlike the first one, slope is not given to you, but you can possibly find it using the formula that we discussed earlier. Okay, so the slope formula is where you take the y2 minus the y1 over the x2 minus the x1. So remember, it's rise over run, so you're going to use the difference of the y's divided by the difference in the x's. And what that comes up to be is 2 minus negative 4 over negative 1 minus 1, which is 2 plus 4 over minus 2. 6 over negative 2 tells you the slope is negative 3. Okay, so we have the slope. Now what we need is just a point. So which point would you like to use is really up to you. Let's say I choose 1 comma negative 4. Okay, so I'm going to start. Equation is y minus the y coordinate equal the slope x minus the x coordinate. Okay, so the formula is y minus y1, so that being my y1 as my y coordinate, slope x minus x1, which is the x coordinate. Okay, so y plus 4 is equals to, let's distribute that, minus 3x plus 3. If I subtract 4 on both sides, tells me y equal negative 3x minus 1, and I'm done. Now in example 3, there's going to be a little twist. This time I'm still asking you for the equation of the line, but instead of telling you 2 points, I'm telling you that the line is parallel to, say, 2x minus 3y equals 5, and passing through 1, 3. So, just like the previous examples, you need 2 things to find the equation of a line. You need the slope, and you need the point. Now, point I have it. The point I have is 1 comma 3. That's given in the question right here. Okay, but you notice the slope is not given, and unlike the example 2, I don't even have 2 points for me to use the formula. But what I am given is that it is parallel to a line. Okay, and at this point, you should recall that being parallel means the 2 slopes must be the same. So I'm going over to this line, and I'm trying to find the slope from this line. Okay, so which means I have to get the y by itself, bring the x's to the other side, and then I'm dividing both sides by negative 3, and all that work is just to tell me that the slope is 2/3 for the line, this line, okay? And being parallel means I have permission to use 2/3 as my slope now. Okay, so now that I have my slope and my point, I'm going to start the equation as y minus the y coordinate is the slope, x minus the x coordinate. So distribute that, y minus 3 is 2/3 x minus 2/3. So now I'm going to add 3 to both sides. And now I have to deal with what's negative 2/3 plus 3. So if you recall, you need to have the same denominator. So this is going to be negative 2/3. 3 is like 3 over 1. So I'm going to multiply by 3 top and bottom, which makes it positive 9 over 3. So together, they're going to give me positive 7 over 3. So the answer to this question is going to read y equal 2/3 x plus 7 over 3. The fourth way that we can ask you the question is very similar to example 3, where we say, can you find the equation of the line? Instead of using parallel, now we're going to use the word perpendicular. Okay, so find the equation of the line perpendicular to, let's say, 3x plus 4y equals 1, and passing through, let's try negative 2, 5. Okay, so same thing. We need to find the slope, and we need a point for us to find the equation of the line. The point is given to us, but the slope we are not given directly. But what we are told is that it's perpendicular to this line. So we're going to have to find his slope, and let's do the work. Y on one side, x when numbers on the other side, divided by 4 throughout, tells me that the slope of the line is 1 over negative 3 over 4. The only problem is this. The slope is negative 3 over 4 is for this particular line, but the line that we want is the one that's perpendicular to him. And being perpendicular means they must have opposite reciprocal slopes. Meaning, if this was 3 over 4, his slope is going to be 4 over 3. And if this slope is a minus, this will be a plus. Okay, so if that's the case, you notice that when you multiply the two slopes, the product becomes negative 1, which is what is needed for perpendicular. Okay, now that we have the slope and the point, we can go ahead and find the equation of the line, which reads y minus the y coordinate is equal to the slope, in this case 4/3, x minus the x coordinate. Watch out for the two minuses, because that means that they become a plus. Okay, now go ahead and distribute. So 4/3 x plus, okay, what's 4/3 times 2? So make sure you work this out. You can look at 2 as 2 over 1. So when you multiply them, you don't need a common denominator. So all you have to do is to multiply across, and that makes it 8 over 3. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides to get rid of the number, and I have y equals 4/3 x. Now I have to deal with what's 8/3 plus 5. So like we discussed earlier, 8 over 3, 5 is like 5 over 1. So I'm going to times 3 top and bottom, which makes it 15 over 3. So when you add that, it makes it 23 over 3. And that's the answer, 23 over 3. And that's the equation of my line. Now, to make this question a little bit more challenging, we could add the sentence, can you write the answer in standard form? Okay, so this is where we need to recall everything that we talked about in standard form. which basically means your x's and y's have to be on one side, number on the other side, and your a's and b's and c's have to be integers, and your a has to be greater or equal to 0. So all that has to come into your mind whenever someone mentions they want the equation of a line in standard form. Okay, so the equation we have is y equals 4/3 x plus 23 over 3. First thing to notice is fractions are not allowed. Okay, so one quick way to get rid of all the denominators is to multiply by the LCD, which in this case is 3. So I'm going to multiply everybody by 3, which gives me 3y equal, this 3's cancel, making it 4x, and those 3's cancel, leaving it 23. So the next thing to do is to make sure the x and y are on the same side. So I'm going to bring the 4x over. So it becomes minus 4x plus 3y equals 23. And the other thing to remember is that the number in front has to be greater or equal to 0. And how do I make negative 4 become positive 4? That's the question, okay? And so, like we discussed, we are going to divide everybody by negative 1. Okay, so in doing so, equivalently, I'm changing the signs for everybody. So the minus 4x becomes positive 4x, positive 3y becomes minus 3y, and 23 becomes negative 23, and that's called standard form.